Okay, we're good over here.
Do you need this back? It says Matt's copy. Yes. Were you looking for that?
Thank you. Excellent. The world is good.
Oh, is that your notes?
Yeah.
Is it different than this one?
It just has my
No, I have two.
no, that's just an extra one.
Okay, that
Sorry,
maybe something
we're good.
changed. Okay, we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Excellent. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Terry? Here. Whittleston? Gump?
Here.
Fletcher?
Here.
Rock?
Here. Meeting is called to order. Okay. Do not have executive session. So, we don't have any visitors that wanted to talk. So under President's Report, we will do the commendations. Okay, the way we do this is I'll call out the names and I'll say, if they're here, I'll say what they did, and then come up and get your certificate, and then come around and shake everybody's hand, and then go back. No one bites, trust me.
Make sure when you're coming around the table.
Oh, yeah, watch out for the
mic
cord.
board right here. I just want you to be careful.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Caitlin Anderson. Paul Kelly. Tristan Francis. Emma Rosemont. Thank you for the ones that did come. Caden Youngblood. Logan Robinson. Jagger Atkinson. Christopher Moore. Colin Hawley. Okay. Okay, Colin, this is from a pride card, and it's from Mrs. Benson. And Mrs. Benson said, Colin always pays attention in class, participates in discussions, and is always prepared for class. So Mrs. Benson is very thankful for that. Do you have a copy of this? You probably will get one. Do you want the extra one? There you go. Okay, Draven Lewis. Clayton Smith. And Clayton got his pride card from Miss Riley. It says, was caught being good in the hallway by Mrs. Moon. That's pretty something, being caught being good. Clayton was standing under the stairs being quiet and waiting to enter our room. Thanks and keep up the good work. Very nice. That's usually not the case. So, do you want the extra copy?
I have one.
Okay. William DeFrate. Did I say that right? William DeFrate. And William got this from Mrs. Pusateri. William is a great role model and has excellent manners. He always tells me please and thank you in computer lab. Good job, William. Then Hunter Barton. No? Okay. All right. Do you want the extra copy? Mrs. DeFrate, do you want the extra copy?
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. All right. And that's all for this month. So thank you all, and you do not have to stay for the meeting. Even though it's going to be short, but we know how that is. So thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. Okay. I also have a couple things. I know it's not on the agenda, but just to add a couple things. We recently had Veterans Day celebration here at the school, and this is the first time I've missed it in I don't know how many years because I had something out. I had to go to the doctor. But from what I understand, everybody that came had a great time as always, and the program was wonderful, and the food was wonderful, and it is one of my favorite things. So I want to thank the high school and the primary school. Does the middle school They just kind of blend with the, so, well, we try and fit them all in. They come at 8 o'clock in the high school and then 10 o'clock in the primary school. By then, most of them are tired, so. But it was on Tuesday, and from what I understand, it was great as usual. So thank you for all that you did.
Can I dovetail off that?
Sure.
It's kind of funny, I spent most of Tuesday, or a lot of Tuesday, with somebody who is a veteran, and I never even thought to say congratulations and thank you for your service, but we have, in case you didn't know, Vicki Brock is a veteran, and just wanted to say thank you very much
Thanks.
for your service. And
Yeah, Vicki had to miss the breakfast this year.
Yeah,
She was
missed
at
the
Capitol Conference.
Thank you.
Knowledge I've consumed, though.
And then the other thing I wanted to say was there was Capitol Conference, which is where school board goes to take classes and that sort of thing every year. Superintendents and treasurers also go. And several, just from what I've talked to a few of you, you had some really good sessions. And Brian was recognized for 25 years of service on the school board, and his family surprised him.
Yeah, that was quite a surprise. I
So-
peeked from behind the curtain, and there they were.
So that was nice. That was great.
I
Congratulations.
wondered why she insisted I go, because I was like,
Now you know.
Yeah.
Thank you guys who stayed. I saw some of you. The foggy stayed.
We were all there.
Yeah, I
Thank you
think
very much. I
everyone-
Until you left the stage. We were
Was
there.
that-
So there were several up there. There were several
Yeah.
board members that,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was nice.
So that was very nice. And then I wanted to just real quick see if anybody wanted to say anything about Capitol Conference. I know Ken was saying that they got lots of compliments. They were tracking us down wherever they went. So
Absolutely. The reception we had from a presentation from Matt in regards to our drug policy was so well received. It was almost unheard of to see a session be as engaging and so thoughtful. Matt did a tremendous job with the presentation. We thank our legal that also were there to assist. We were followed out of the conference area, lobbies, elevators. The reception was one of curiosity, and they were so appreciative of the presentation. And we knew going into this that it was a controversial subject, but it was so well received, and they actually have a framework from our district that they can work from, and it's not something that is punitive. It's definitely something that is a deterrent, and they were so interested in that aspect of our programming. And this was something that really put Waterloo in the forefront of the state. And so I can't tell you how proud I was to be a part of the presentation, as well as the reception that we garnered from all of our peers down at Capitol Conference. And I think a big appreciation to our administrators and Matt in helping us to do what we all feel is the right thing to do for our kids.
is there any way, is that streamed anyway? Was that
It was not
taped-
videotaped.
videotaped at all? Okay.
They took pictures, but there was no footage that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Maybe a YouTube sensation.
Does anybody else want to make any comments about Capitol?
Matt did do an excellent job. One of the other topics that was there that was discussed was dual credit. And they had it was a big open session and a big part of the discussion on dual credit and why its advantages are and stuff like that. And I thought it was very interesting. We've been, something the state is pushing now, starting to push to all the schools, and we've been doing it for, I want to say, 5 years, something like that. So again, we're kind of,
Maybe 4.
Yeah,
we did it before Andy got here.
So I would
Oh,
say
you did,
4
you're
or
right.
5 then.
So, once again, we were somewhat
At least
ahead of the
4.
curve on that
At least
one.
4, Brian.
Yeah, at least 4, so we were ahead of the curve on that one. So that was also nice to see that, you always wonder how you're doing. You hope you're doing your best and and all that kind of stuff, but it's nice to go down there and see how you're lining up with what other school districts are doing and things like that. And two very positive aspects, I thought, right there, that we're kind of leading the, we're in front of the curve as opposed to behind the curve, so that's always a good thing.
You came at it from another angle with Maplewood, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I was bouncing between boards, I felt, but you know what? Everybody had really positive things to say about Matt, and they were really impressed with that whole presentation as well, especially the the parts that Ken mentioned, the how the punishments are held up and everything, and they're right. Everybody was trying to track you down everywhere you went. Oh, you guys are from Waterloo. Look, pull you aside at the trade show. Want to talk to you everywhere you are. So it was very, very positive.
Great, wonderful. Vicki, you think?
Same thing as the rest of them.
You know
This
what?
is your first time.
This
so
map's
I-
always overwhelming, and it helped me a lot to understand my place, and
It's really helpful. I mean, I think it's very helpful.
The one thing that I really made an impression on me also is because we interacted with so many people that are board members, and it really made me grateful for the opportunity to work on a board with my peers. I talked to a lot of people down there who their boards are somewhat dysfunctional, and it's such a pleasure to have a board where we can come in and work together, and we're not always going to agree, and sometimes it gets knocked down, drag out ugly. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we really work well together, and it shows that we put aside our personal agendas and to do what's right for the kids and to do what's right for Waterloo. And it's such a good feeling to know that we're 5 people that can work together to see that these things get done, and we're not a disruptive presence to the district. And I think that we should all feel very fortunate for that. So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because the last dinner that I attended with all of us, I felt going back and forth. I had many board members from all over the different districts say, I can't believe how you go back and forth like that all the time. You get along with all of them? And I'm like, yeah, why? We all get along really well. And
We even read books together.
Yeah, we do. But yeah,
Right,
it
Mr. Puster?
Yes,
kind
we
of gives
do.
you a nice feeling.
And some of us type up answers and stuff.
And some of them read the typed up answers.
But yeah, it is really out there. I really guess I didn't realize it as much. I mean, other
Yeah, I'm
than
surprised too.
at one time, but yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Well, thank you. Thank you all. All right, superintendent's report?
I did want to address the fact that we did add some accommodations just at the end of the board packet. Sandy Arbogast put together a list of everybody that was instrumental in the Grandparents' Day. It was the 28th Grandparents' Day, and there were 780 registered. We at least had that much. And I know that this was the first time that my parents were able to go for Jacqueline, and they were they were so very excited, and it was a great experience. So I'd like to thank Anthony. I'd like to thank Sandy and everybody that really put it on this list, and more, who were making this a successful event. So I wanted to make sure we saw that. That's on the last sheet there. The only thing I have for you tonight is that the impact group provided feedback to the administrative team on the listening tours, and we are working together on an action plan for how to move forward based on that feedback. And when that action plan is created, I will share that with all of you. Right now it is in the developing stage of going through and sifting through all of the information and trying to develop a plan where we can move forward and show the community that we really did hear what they said, and we are continually trying to improve our practice. So when that is completed, I will share that with you, and we will get going.
Is there a list of suggestions or comments?
There is.
Is that something that we could
Yes, but I was gonna just put that with the, so I wanted to give you both together. I wanted to
Okay,
give
that's
you
fine.
all the comments and then what we sifted through and made sense of and what we came up with for a plan.
Okay, so we will get the list.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
get both together.
Great.
Were they well attended?
There was 40 people throughout all 3 sessions, and I would tell you, in the grand scheme of our attendance rate for some of these events, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Mhm.
And there was some very thoughtful and constructive criticism and praises that were offered, and we're eager to put it together and move forward. And then also acknowledge that we're going to continually be asking for feedback from the community to make sure that those relationships are strong and intact. So stay tuned, I guess, is the moral of that story.
Good.
That's all I have under my report.
Thank you. Todd, treasurer's report?
Just for the agenda tonight, the addendum, we need to add the consent agenda under superintendent's business, items K and L. And under treasurer's business, item F. And we also added number 12 for a separate vote.
Maplewood, Diane?
Maplewood's meeting was extremely short last month because we had our all boards dinner. And between pictures and the dinner, meeting did not last very long, but we had a very good speaker there that night. His name was Ekram Christopher, and he presented on Team Truth, and he travels all over the world. And it's something that I think all sports coaches, anybody affiliated with sports should actually really read or watch his videos. It was really interesting to see that night. The ones that were there, I think you guys agree that it was a very good presentation, and the dinner, of course, is always excellent. So, and that's really about it. So that's all we did that night.
He was really good in the fact that he talked about, impacting somebody's day or impacting somebody's life, and it's not a matter of, and he talked about the little things that you can do, just by, saying a kind word to somebody or whatever, being positive and cheerful and that kind of stuff. It was really, it's not,
It doesn't take much.
it doesn't take much. Right? I mean, obviously there are the big things you can do, but there's a lot of little things you can do. So that was, he was pretty cool.
Thank you. Ken, legislative update?
The General Assembly is back in session. Of course, it's the lame duck session, but the good thing is they will likely be going hot and heavy until mid-December. At this time, you'll see a lot of bills. If you go into your OSBA bill tracker and review what's on the agenda, Common Core is out of committee now. There's a number of bills. One of particular interest is 629, and so there's some real aspects of that to see where it goes. I would suggest that you take time to review the bills and see where they're at. By next month, we should be having some more concrete answers as to the direction. It seems like they wait till the last minute and everything happens. So it'll be popping pretty heavy right now. There's a lot of interesting things coming up. We'll see where it goes. That's it.
Okay. Does anybody have anything under new business? The only thing I have is I know on Fox 8 News lately, they've been having it's a car giveaway, but it's a benefit for people with Hutchinson's disease. And we have a few people here in the school that are affected by that. It's kind of like a combination of Lou Gehrig's and Parkinson. I mean, all of that. It's not good. It's usually you get it when you're in your 40s, and it's hereditary. So if someone has it, if a parent has it, it usually goes through the men, and but we have a family in this community that 3 out of the 4 adult children have it. So it's just something. I mean, I don't know if you want to take it for a car, but you can give a donation too. So, but you can get on fox8news.com or however I'm not even sure what the website is, but it's something like that. And but It's,
find it and put it
it's
on
very,
Facebook page.
you know, they've been doing all week, they've been interviewing people that have it, and just watching it is really heart-wrenching to see what it does. It takes away, you know, it takes away someone young in their young years, and a lot of times they don't last long with it, but it's just, like I said, the family in this community, that it's been really, really hard on them, and I just think that if you can support it, because it hits home. So that was the only thing I had. Does anybody else have anything?
Are we doing anything locally
Pardon me?
Are we doing anything locally for?
No. I mean, I don't know if they want that. I still have to work on that, but it just happened to, you know, I've known about it for a couple months, and then it came on Fox 8, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it, and they're doing something about it. And I thought, well, Allie LaForce, I don't know if you hear her. She's local, and she married a baseball player or something from out west, and his mother's the one that has it. So I think that's why Fox 8, because she's on that channel. But I think that's why they're doing it. But like I said, I didn't even know what we could do at this point. So this is a start. At least it's something, so maybe we can go from there. So, okay. And I can talk to you about it later.
Sure, and I'll make sure I find the link and then put it on the Facebook page at the bare minimum.
Okay.
While we're working through conversations, anything we can do moving forward.
Okay.
The community, I have something
Go
too.
ahead.
The community is also doing the Clinton Corcoran's benefit dinner Saturday.
That's this weekend, right?
Mhm.
6 to 8.
6 to 8 on Saturday.
Correct.
Where's that?
It is
It's
at the, I think
Randolph,
it's at the Randolph
Town Hall.
Community Center,
Yeah.
Town Hall.
Senior Center, I'm not sure.
I'll look, I'm pretty sure it's at,
It's Saturday?
yeah, the Randolph Community Center,
Isn't it 6 to 8?
6 to 8.
How much is it a plate? 7 or 8?
It's $7 an adult, $4 children. They'll have raffles, pictures with Santa, a donation box. And that's it. Baked goods.
Thank you. The only other thing I had was I sent you that picture. I do think we need to do something about signage. I don't know if
The
there's
picture
still
came
money
through.
left in the grant or something,
No, I
but,
know they were working on a sign, so
okay.
I'll send that to
Or
Kim
even
Riley.
maybe, like I suggested, cut along the road and leave the high grass. It looks like they did it backwards, so I would prefer if we cut the grass along the driveway
Okay.
and leave the high grass in the back. Kent, like I said, I was up at Kent State, and they do it like down in a dip. I want to support Ken, but at the same time, you know,
Okay.
I like the school grounds to look good. Or put signage so that people know why it's the way it is.
Mhm.
I think we're all agreed on that.
And where was it on the campus that you saw it?
When you walk into what's the rec center? The Mac Center? Is it called the Mac Center? No, not the Mac Center. It's called something else. At Kent.
It's like it's a rec center though.
Yeah, it's where you go
exercise?
where you go for like swimming lessons and stuff. Not the student center, like the gym.
Natatorium?
Yeah, like
Well, I
that.
know what you're talking about. Then.
Because they
The
have
rec
they have a
center.
Mac, which is in the campus, but this is out.
Yeah, it's the rec
It's like,
center. is what it is.
yeah, it's where I think our kids go there for.
It's the rec
It's called the rec center. That's what it's called. When you're walking in, it's right on the left.
Okay.
The signage is there, but I'll try to get a better picture. I just took it during a tour, so. Anyway, all right. Consent agenda. Do you have anything you want to point out?
I do. It's a kind of a lengthy agenda, so I just wanted to touch on a few things. I forgot to talk about this in the superintendent's report, so forgive me. We do have 2 weeks worth of bus totals for attendance, and those were scanned in, and I'm going to put them in the update for next week.
Okay.
So remember, we were counting attendance for the AM and the PMs. We have all that information. Just got it this morning. I'll get that to you, and remember, there won't be an update tomorrow, but next Friday.
Mhm.
Okay?
Is that generally running as expected, or are we surprised by anything?
We weren't surprised. It was running as expected.
Good.
Okay, so things I would like to talk about, and I will be brief, promise. Letter A is the agreement for the archery program. And remember, they cover a portion of the cost, we cover a portion of the cost. It's a partnership between them, so that is that contract. So we have some resignations. So Sabrina Kisner stepped down as the middle school basketball coach. You will see that Stephanie Hamilton took her place later in the agenda. Dana Pavlik stepped down as a bus driver, but you will see later in the agenda that and that's due to her schedule that she has through her college. But you will see that she joined the team as a substitute bus driver. So you'll see people kind of moving. Matt Flanagan stepped down as varsity coach, but then went to the middle school. So he just switched spots as well. Lori Turner is the wonderful lady that we have in the kindergarten classroom as an aide. She's actually in my daughter's class and she's doing a great job. Then you will see some supplementals there. You'll see Stephanie Hamilton, as I told you. Then we have a letter G is the contract for Ashley Bisecker. Ashley Bisecker has been here all year, but she was waiting on a test for licensure, and she has since successfully passed that. So now she's changing rates because she is officially licensed in that area now. H is all of the updates to the policy that Pebble and Wagner manage. And they do this to us, not do this to us, they put them together, they try to wait once or twice a year, and they make a long list of them. These are not new policies, these are just,
Updates.
I guess, yeah, updates to existing policy. So what you got in the board packet was the summary of the changes. And then in the policies, you can read the full thing. I have a whole stack of things as well that kind of puts it all together, but I gave you guys just the summary page because I thought those were the most important. Nothing too crazy in that list, to tell you the truth. It really is just cleaning up some stuff based on legislative changes. I is a big one. That's on the next page. We are moving educational service centers. We've been talking about this for a while, and we're ending our contract with Portage County ESC and moving to Cuyahoga ESC effective July 1 of next school year. So we will remain with the Portage County ESC for the duration of this year, the duration of this school year, and then we will start our new contract with the Cuyahoga ESC July 1. We'll start meeting with Cuyahoga ESC as early as January to start planning that transition to ensure that it's a seamless transition from one ESC to the next. I'm very excited about this move. I feel like Cuyahoga has a lot to offer for us, and they have been more than willing to work with us and ensure that they're going to be meeting our needs. So that is I. Then J shows that we're changing the substitute bus rate from $12 per hour to $14 an hour. That is to hopefully incentivize people to come over and help sub for us because we're running short on subs. So that was a strategy that Todd and I came up with to hopefully get more people on board driving for us, as opposed to maybe other districts. So we're trying to attract more people here. And then I'm going to go over to the consent agenda under the addendum. There is an MOU there under L, and that is acknowledging the memorandum of understanding between the Waterloo Local School Board and the WEA, and that's the final piece of the puzzle to evaluation, and it is clearing up what forms we are using for those teachers who qualify for skilled and accomplished. My mind just went blank. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Skilled and accomplished teachers are evaluated under the one observation versus the two every second year, every third year, and this MOU is clearing up the forms that we use for those evaluations. That's all I have under my section.
Todd, do you have anything under yours for the
No,
consent agenda?
everything is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I'm sharing the questions.
May I talk to one of your items?
Sure.
Under the treasurer's business letter F, I'm sorry, I just wanted to say this is a wonderful thing. A lady came in, Cheryl Merko came into the board office with a $500 check as a donation to the elementary and middle school libraries. She's a substitute here, and she came in and she loves the kids, and she wanted us to be able to buy them some new books, and she just walked in and was so happy to help us, and we were so grateful for that donation.
What letter was that?
That's F under the addendum.
Oh, okay. Got it. Snuck it in.
That's all I have to say under the treasurer's business.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Roll call?
Pusateri?
Yes.
Whittlesey?
Yes.
Gump?
Yes.
Fletcher?
Yes.
Wrong.
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, now we move forward to 412. Do I have a motion to accept, or no, motion to issue a contract to Chad Loudon for Assistant Boys Basketball Middle School?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, roll call?
Pusateri?
Yes.
Whittlesey?
Yes.
Gump?
Yes.
Fletcher?
Yes.
Wrong.
No.
Okay, motion passes. Okay. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll move.
I'll second it.
Okay, no
Vicky
objections, we are adjourned. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for coming.